mic radio. Take a load off. On a Lawless show. This is Open Mic Radio.
Hello and good day. That's right. It is once again 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. It means it is time for Open Mic Radio. Let's get it rolling. Here's a new one from the Barroom Billies. Yeah, new music there from the Barroom Billies. That was called Coming Home. You listen to it. Open Mic Radio. Welcome to the program. It is Saturday, August 28th.
All day long.
All day long, 2021. Another hot summer weekend. Although I swear I felt a little fall in the air the other night.
This morning.
Anyway, I sure hope you're enjoying it out there. A lot happening this weekend, as always. It's cool that the weather, hot though it may be, is cooperating. And hope you enjoy some of it, all right? Okay, Open Mic Radio. We do this every Saturday afternoon from 4 o'clock until 6. Live music and interviews with some of Missouri's finest musicians and bands. My name is Mike Hagan. I'm joined once again by my cohort here, Kurt Kitson, playing some bumper stuff and some camaraderie.
Hello, Columbia, Missouri and surrounding area.
Yeah, we feature awesome local and regional music here on the program and the artists who create it. Of course, in order to do that, you need to know who they are. So send me music. Get in touch with me. KOPN.org. Find Open Mic Radio. You can send me a message right there on the website. You can send me email at MikeHagan@MikeHagan.com. You can find me on Instagram at Open Mic Radio. And I also have a website, MikeHagan.com. So anyway, lots of ways to get a hold of me. If you have the gumption, it should be real easy to do. And send us some music, and we'll check it out and get in touch with you, and maybe we can present it to the folks here on the radio program.
Do it, people.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, please do. That's how we get to know you and how other people get to know your music. All right? So let's do it. Okay. You can also take a stroll right down here, 915 East Broadway. We're high above the Dalton Building. Well, not above the Dalton Building. We're in the Dalton Building. I guess I'm not that high. I'm not really above the but
it just feels like it.
Yeah, we're up here in the Dalton Building in lovely downtown Columbia, Missouri. And that's where we're broadcasting from. Of course, we're on the web at KOPN.org and on the traditional radio set there on the FM dial 89.5 FM.
We're always on the sunny side of the street, Mike.
I hope so.
Have you noticed that?
I don't know. Not me. Maybe
I feel like it.
You and that dude in the green suit that plays over there on the corner.
But the Dalton Building is.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. Yeah, a lot of sunshine over here. All right. Anyway, glad to be with you this afternoon. Hope things are going well. Big thanks to Carol and Morgan. Carol, of course, with Hepcats Holiday from 2 to 4 every Saturday. And we've got the celebration of the Pollo. Of course, great Hispanic radio from 9 o'clock until noon. Morgan Matsiga takes over noon. Motherland Jam, amazing, remarkable music from all around the continent of Africa. And then Hepcats Holiday, bringing you old scat, jive, jazz, and blues from the 20s and 30s. I take up the mic after that. This is Open Mic Radio. We do it once again 4 to 6 every Saturday. Stick around after this program. Ross Shumba comes back on the air for another reggae party tonight, 6 o'clock until 8. Great roots rock reggae music right here on KOPN 89.5 FM. Okay, last week we had some great songs from a bunch of artists in and around this area. Had a surprise visit from our good friend Justin Hickerson. He's been running around with the Hoot and Hollers actually over the last few weeks and gave us kind of a little update on what those cats are up to. And he borrowed Kurt's guitar, as a matter of fact, too.
Shared some of his music.
Played a couple songs for us. Justin's actually, most people know Justin as a drummer, but he's also a pretty talented songwriter and a decent guitar player, too. And so, anyway, Justin came down and played a couple songs for us. A little surprise last week. That was great. Appreciate Justin for stopping by. And I also want to say hi to his mom, Lisa, who I kind of ran into in a serendipitous way yesterday afternoon while looking for a place for my dad, who's here in town. So anyway, hello also to all the veterans over there at Veterans Memorial Hospital and all the good men and women who've helped out over the years. And I also want to say hi to the people over there at Lenore Woods Rehab Facility. I appreciate all the help that they're giving the folks over there. So, okay, for today's show, I've got JT Schnackenberg, the proprietor of MPF Studios here in town. We'll talk with JT about some of his projects and play some songs related to the work that he does, or that he's doing, I guess. And Matt's here in the studio with us as well. I haven't seen Matt in a long time. He's a bass player for the Barroom Billies, and I'm sure he's got some other things going on as well. So we'll talk with both JT and Matt. Me and Kurt are here with you. It's Open Mic Radio, Saturday the 28th. I'm going to play one more from something they actually produced there at JT's studio. This one is the Cosmic Riders. It's called Whiskey Bottles. We'll come back and talk with the guys here in just a few minutes. It's Mike, Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. Once again, streaming on the web, KOPN.org. Check it out.
Words are slurred. I'm afraid to speak one more alone, babe, I could wait right here tonight. Take my heart, make it stone, 'cause I don't need it anymore. 'Cause your kind of loving is much too unkind. Stumbling all very last time. 'Cause I got 100 empty whiskey bottles. I've been trying to drink you off my mind all the time. Getting lonely, I'm so lonely, babe.
All right, there you go. Cosmic Riders. That one's called Whiskey Bottles. You're listening to it here. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. We've got JT and Matt in the studio with us this afternoon.
Yeah.
And hello, guys. How are you?
What's happening? I'm good.
Hey, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back here on the show. It's good to be back in the building.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here too. We've been trying to put it together for a little bit here. We finally got our arrows aligned, and I'm glad you're here. It's good to see Matt too. I haven't seen him in a long time.
What's happening, Paul?
Good to see my friend.
Good to see my man.
All right. So for those unfamiliar, JT is a musician and a producer and an engineer and a sound guy and does a lot of things around town and has been for some time. But your studio project is called MPF Studios. That's right?
Yes.
How long have you been actually operating the studio?
So the studio where it is now, I opened the doors in December of last year.
Okay, so we're just getting rolling here.
Yeah, I'm just getting started. I'm still figuring out where everything needs to go in that place. But I've got a 2-bedroom house that's all recording studio, rehearsal space. If you need to store something for a day or two, like, I can do that. So the idea of the studio is you actually converted a 2-bedroom house into a full-on recording studio.
Okay.
I also have
cool.
a smaller stage that I'm almost finished with out back to do little
live shows.
Intimate live shows, and I got a lighting truss that goes in front of it. It looks really neat.
Really cool. All right.
Somehow it just all came together, and so it's fun.
That's awesome when it happens. It doesn't happen that often, so when it does, it's really cool. Where are you located at?
I'm located here in Columbia, right off of Sexton Road, over by Lindsay Reynolds.
All right.
So yeah.
And I got all kinds of questions about recording and about the studio and how. I mean, I'm fascinated by the whole thing. Will's been down here once or twice, Reeves, and I've had the pleasure of being down at his place, on occasion to watch.
Yeah.
And I'm always just blown away, and it's so cool.
He makes it look a lot easier than it is for the average person.
Well, he's good at what he does for sure.
He is.
But
absolutely.
I appreciate your humility, but I know you know what you're doing as well, and I'm looking forward to coming down and visiting and see what you've got going on at your place. Who have you been working with so far? Probably some of your own projects. We might as well talk about some of the stuff that you're working on.
I've been working with the Cosmic Riders, which I'm pretty sure that album is finished. I'm waiting on Ty Tombson to get back with me on some artwork and a track list, and I think we're ready to press it. And
Are you calling him out?
I am calling him out. Like, get me the track list and the artwork, and we can be done with this album.
All right, there you have it.
And I'm working on the Barroom Billies third album.
Well, you released a single a month or so ago because
we threw
played
one
that on the
out.
show.
Through the whole 2020 pandemic, there wasn't gigs to play. There wasn't a place to go and do a CD release party like we did with the Lights Out album, and we actually toured for the Lights Out album, and like this year we couldn't do it, so we decided to let's record. And I think my wall has 15 or 16 songs on it. That's not recorded on the first two albums.
We have a good
Really?
problem. You would call it a good problem to have. We just have too many songs that he has written, that JT has written.
I didn't realize you were that prolific. You're writing. How often?
I've wrote all but I think two of the Barroom Billies songs, and I think our catalog is reaching up to about between 40 and 50 songs.
Easily. And, there's more in the hopper, too.
All original. It's not even...
We'll
not
never
even
have time
covers.
to get through them all. It's
Well,
the thing.
did you use the COVID period to do a lot of writing and to clean up some stuff that you'd had for a long time or something like that?
When everything shut down, I started to look at the album. I was like, okay, well, we can work on this. And I started listening to it, and I'm pretty sure every song on that board has been re-recorded.
Every part, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
Isn't that funny? The
just-
evolution of a song over time. It's like even the way you perform it live compared to when you wrote it. That type of thing.
Yeah,
Now when
yeah.
you re-record it, you've got a whole new version.
Yeah, and there's a song on there. Like we actually play it out quite a bit, but the way we play it now is different than when it's recorded. And so now we're in there trying to record it, and we start playing it like we do live, but it's not like that on the album. So we have to go back and no, we have to play it this way.
Redo it. You gotta redo it.
Or we're
Right.
gonna have to redo it, and so it's fun.
All right, for those unfamiliar, what's the makeup of the Cosmic Riders?
The Cosmic Riders, we're a 4-piece, kind of traditional honky-tonk band. I've got Ty Tombson is our guitar player and vocalist.
Right.
His little brother Vaughn Tombson's our drummer. And we have Dennis Schubert on lap steel. And
Dennis is fantastic, by the way.
yeah.
You see him out and about often enough, but yeah, great.
He's
probably-
out there a lot too.
Yeah, he does a lot of solo stuff, and he plays with Ruby a lot. I mean, I'm
Oh,
sorry, his
Abigail
Rose.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
he's
then I
awesome.
do the upright bass with them.
You're playing bass. You play the upright with the Riders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
And with the Billies, we've got Matt, yourself.
Yeah, and we
Heather.
have Heather is our lead vocalist, and Chris Voss on lead guitar.
Right.
And we just recently, I think it was just last year or the year before, we added Laura Billings
Playing the
on
fiddle. Yeah, another great local
She's-
fiddle player. Fantastic.
And that
She's doing
changed
great.
everything, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, putting that instrument in the Billies is like, now we have to look back at our stuff. We're going to have to redo this.
Throw it in the trash.
It's just been a year of re-recording is really what it's been.
Well, you got the facility to do it now. It sounds like.
I do.
And,
I do.
So in the actual recording studio, you said you have a rehearsal room, and then do you have like a booth where it's just soundproof where you just do vocals or?
No, it's pretty old school in the way it's set up. I'm going to build a vocal booth for it. I actually have a closet that's going to work great for it, but right now it's full
Just
of
got to build it out.
it's full of stuff. I've got a whole nother drum set sitting in there, all my extra soundproofing stuff's in there. All my parts for mic stands and
Right.
all the rebuilds are in there. So I got
Be careful when you open the door.
yeah,
It's one of those closets.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I've got I call it my drum room, and it's got the most padding on the walls and where my drum set's set up, and it's right in front of my my control room, which is another bedroom, and then the living room is kind of set up more for a rehearsal spot, and that's where I've got a full PA set up in there, and I even have a full PA set up in in the drum room.
There's 3 or
too.
4 full players.
Yeah, and there's
Cool.
PA in the
You know where to
control
go
room.
if you need a PA. If you
There's
blow an amp.
nowhere in there will you not be able to hear it. So.
All right, let's back up a little bit and talk about your background, how you learned how to do this kind of stuff and how you got interested in it. Music, I know we've talked a little bit in the past about your actual music background, but not really about the technical side of it. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about it.
I mean, it all really came about. Recording for me kind of came around. I had to have been like 21, maybe not even 21 yet. And I was living with a friend of mine, and he had a little setup in this, like, I guess it was be a den in a house, and it was his room. It was just a long hallway with only one way in, one way out.
Right.
And he had a little setup in there, and he was doing some like rapping over some beats that he made.
Uh-huh.
And so that's where I got into the workstations and actually recording. I didn't know much about how to record or do any of that stuff. I just let him do it. But then I would just watched what he did and took his program when I moved out of town and started working it myself. But I mean, the engineering part of things, like,
Now, is that like software, or is it something that you would be doing on a computer, or is it like
your DAW is a digital audio workstation, and that's what you record into or out. Even people with podcasts and stuff like that are going to use some sort of a digital workstation. And so, yeah, I just started messing and tinkering and turning knobs and trying this and trying that. And I'd look back to this. I have a CD that has some of the first earliest recordings that I did, and I'd listen back to it, and I'm just like, just pounding my head against the wall. Like, why would you ever let your friends hear this?
There's a learning curve.
Yeah, it's true.
It's been a long learning curve, and even today I'm still learning. I mean,
well, and
it
that's
never
good.
ends, man. Never ends.
You want to be. If you're done learning, then your usefulness is you got to keep it moving.
Yeah.
I think that musicians too just hear their own stuff and look back and think, gosh, I can't believe I was that bad. But at the same time, every great artist sucked at one point.
Oh yeah.
And had to have the courage and the fortitude to keep going. That's the hardest thing, is to get through that period where you really are so bad that nothing sounds really good and your fingers hurt and or whatever it is that you're trying to do,
And this is a true fact that you always sound better than you think you do.
Yes.
Because we are our own worst critics.
I think that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And I think that in like live settings is like really true, in the sense that there's a relatively small percentage of your audience that are musicians themselves. I mean, the ones that aren't musicians, they might hear it if you mess up a little bit, and they'll pick it out, and they may say, oh, he screwed up that or whatever. But for the most part, the people that are there aren't listening that closely. Their ears aren't that tuned, and they're really just enjoying the vibe and the fun. And they thought you were great when you thought maybe you didn't have the best night.
That's live music, man.
And being a recording engineer, where I am today, it's like I almost don't even get to like sit back and enjoy the music like I used to, because now I'm like listening. How did he get this sound? Like, how much reverb is he using? What mic did he use?
You're bitter.
I'm just breaking these songs down anymore, and just not even enjoying the song itself. And I started hating on myself. Like, I used to like music, and then I became a recording engineer, and like I can't stand it. Yeah.
All right, look, we're about 4:25, getting close to that bottom half of the hour. Let's play one, another one off of the disc you gave me. We've already played 100 Whiskey. We've played Coming Home. We've got a few other ones to choose from. What do you want to talk about here?
All right, what do we?
We've got Ain't Feeling Too Well. We've got Look What You've Done. We've got Off the Rails. We got Lawless, and we got Rickety Old Bridge.
So let's do Look What You've Done. It will be on a Barroom Billies song. Right now, I don't have Heather on the vocals.
Okay.
It's still just me doing it, so that I just record, put my vocals on it, give it to Heather, like, here.
Right, now work with this.
It will
from
be
there.
you singing it.
We
And then
have a
sometimes she'll get it learned,
singer.
and then I'll go and pull the vocals out
Right.
and give it back to her so she can start putting her little swing into it, you know,
Right.
and without me being over the top of it, because
Right.
she doesn't like to listen to me very often. So.
I don't think she likes to listen to anyway.
Yeah, no.
I know Heather. Anyway,
But yeah, but this is one that I wrote during the pandemic. I really, really like this one, and I don't know. It's kind of like about how your friends would kind of two-face you, you know, friend to your face and a foe to your back, you know, and like, so that's kind of what this song's about, and I really like it, and I think my voice sounds good on it too. It's like the only time I've polished that vocal track. Okay, everybody, I do not sound like that every time you hear me.
all right, let's check it out, everyone. It's a new one from, well, not quite the Barroom Billies,
it's just
but
a JT release.
yeah,
right
JT
now.
release eventually probably will become Barroom Billies song, but we're going to get a sneak peek at it here.
Yeah.
You're listening to it here. It's Open Mic Radio on KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. Once again, we're on the web at kopn.org. Appreciate everybody out there to listen. We got lots of red dots on my map here, so I can see the people listening digitally.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're all over the place, but it's hard to tell, obviously, who's
Well,
listening.
hello, everybody.
Yeah, but say hi, because we got
Yeah.
people all over the world, actually. We got some people in Europe, Africa,
Awesome.
Asia.
Who's furthest away from Colombia?
Right now, it looks like there's someone in Japan. I'd say is probably the furthest.
All right, all right.
Yeah, so hi to Japan.
Hey,
and
Japan.
Breakfast right now.
Yeah, I mean, is it early or late? Right? I don't know.
I think it's a little
I
bit.
guess it would be dark.
Not exactly, but
Yeah,
I
it's
think that's
about
right.
Sun's over here, so it'd be dark over there.
definitely dark over
I'm
there.
sure it's the opposite.
All right. Anyway, hi to everyone out there. I appreciate y'all listening. Enjoy this new one from JT. We got him and Matt in the studio with us this afternoon. We'll chat a little bit more after we hear this one. Back in a few. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
Well, you call yourself free, well, who are you? Look what you done, look what you do. You're standing in the fire, 1 foot in the grave, with all that was given and all that you take. With all that was given and all that you take. With all that was given and all that you take. All clothes you wear are not the clothes you own. Probably came from someone long down the road. That knife in your pocket is probably for a bag. You help them on the train car and throw them on the track. You help them on the train car and throw them on the track. You help them on the train car, throw them on the track. Probably sitting high, smoking your cigar. Got nowhere to go, no one to call. Listen to the night, whistle in the wind. You think someone's calling, you think it's a friend. You think someone's calling, you think it's a friend. You think someone's calling, you think it's a friend. The shadows of your past will soon come to light. Wallow in sorrow, wallow in doubt. All the steps you took led you to right here. Now you're left with nothing, all you got is tears. Now you're left with nothing, all you got is tears. Now you're left with nothing, all you got is tears. yourself a friend. Well, who are you? Look what you've done, look what you do. You call yourself a friend. Well, who are you? Look what you've done, look what you do. You call yourself a friend. Well, who are you? Look what you've done, look what you do. Look what you've done, look what you do. Look what you've done, look what you do. Look what you've done, look what you do.
All right, there we go. All right, a little bit more about that one now. Come on, JT. That one was called
Look What You've Done.
Look What You've Done. And that's a COVID composition or something that you wrote over that particular period of time. Turns out that there are more than one version of that song.
Yeah, there is. That was fun. That was fun. No, yeah, there's like lead guitar, there's bass, there's... it's much bigger than that. And I'm looking through my head.
Version.
I'm going through my head through my computer right now. Like, where is the correct song that I should have brought with me? Well, now I'm just it's out there, so now you know what it might sound like. But so just wait until I get Heather on there and you get to hear the other instruments.
Yeah,
too,
no, I like hearing sort of the broken down version of just almost like the way you wrote it.
And that is just how I write it. It's that's exactly what it sounds like if you come over and I'm writing a song.
Let me mention that Chris from Blues on Broadway just called, and check out his show, by the way, 8 to 11 every Saturday night. Fantastic blues stuff, and he'll take requests as well and come up with pretty much anything that you're looking for. But anyway, he wanted to give me a tip that the last song that we played at JT's there, he said it reminded of a railroad song. And it sort of has that train style beat to it or whatever. And he said that we should all check it out on Monday at 3:30. The Union Pacific Railway in Jeff City is going to have the largest steam locomotive ever built.
I heard about that.
That's going to be overnight in Jeff City for a day or two. So if you're into trains and history, you can check that out. It'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Check out a train, write a song.
Yeah. Oh, how about it, man? I've always wanted to take a train like from here up to Chicago and go see a Cub game or something, and then come back. Yeah.
I rode a train from San Francisco to Topeka, man, through the Rockies.
Whoa.
It was one of the coolest things.
Well, that had to be beautiful.
It was nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it like a couple 3-day trip, or did they?
Yeah, it was like 2.5 days, probably 3 days. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Did you pay for a ticket, or did you just like hop in a boxcar and pass through?
I had the money wired to me. It's a long story.
Get some face tabs.
Back in your hobo days.
I could see Matt sneaking into a boxcar over there. Anyway, okay, so back to recording and all that kind of stuff. What kind of tell me a little bit about equipment. Like, okay, before that, when you record, do you prefer to record the entire band at the same time, or do you record parts and try to then build it together, or a little of both?
That comes down from the artists themselves.
I see.
And the budget that they're working with.
Do you have a preference?
I like to do it all at once. It saves time on me. I get everybody recorded at the same time.
You get the synergy of the band together.
And you get that whole energy of how the band meshes, where they can see each other and play, as to where we just go in and do a rhythm track and a drum track and build on top of that. It sounds great. It's really clean. A lot of the Barroom Billies stuff, we do it just track by track. But I could do it either way. I like to do it all at once and then come back and throw a nice clean vocal track on it. But I mean, it's all budget.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever you got for budgets and stuff like that.
All right. So now give me an idea of equipment. Like what you have. I'm sure you have these kind of microphones and these kind of amp and recording.
Do you incorporate some analog equipment in this setup, or is that primarily digital?
The only thing analog is just the knobs on my my interface, and I've got a Behringer UMC 8-input interface that's mounted to my desktop, and I have.
So everything comes in through that, and then you do all the mixing and everything on the actual.
I do all that on the computer. I have 2 different workstations that I use or can use more. One's more of a backup but I use Fruity Loops. It's
The names of some of these software programs.
I know. And
I
Fruity
loved
Loops,
Fruit Loops when I was a kid.
I used to write code when I was in college and for the computer classes, and we always said we were going to write code for an infinite Fruit Loop. But anyway, that's the whole.
There's probably something to that.
Yeah, and then I have it's Mixbus 6 by Harrison Consoles, and it's another
For all the techies out there, you're getting here's your gear porn.
Yeah, and then I have a handful of SM58s. I still don't think there's a microphone out there stronger than an SM58. I could throw it down the road and pick it up, plug it in, and it's going to sound just as good as it was brand new out of the box. I love the 58s.
All right. Okay. Cool. Hey, I will mention you're
And
listening
these
to
little SM7s right here, I've got one of those.
Tell you what,
and
these things have been
they're
through
good.
some action. Let me tell you, the
They're
mics here at
tough
KOPN,
microphones too.
Yeah, they've hit the ground a few times, and they've had a whole lot of action over the years.
Yeah.
So.
Well engineered.
Yeah.
You're listening to Open Mic Radio. It's KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. I've got JT from his studio, from MPF Studios here in Columbia. Relatively new studio, just off the ground about 6 months ago. No, I guess about 9 months ago
about
now.
9 months now.
And doing some cool stuff, recording his own material with the Barroom Billies. And there's another cat that's on your on the website here that I want to maybe play a song from, and you can maybe tell us a little bit about him now or later. But anyway, Ryan Voss, the Ryan Voss Band. He must be someone that you're working with.
Yeah, and another aspect of recording is mixing and mastering. And he's one of the artists that actually records his own stuff, and then he'll send it to me and just the raw, nothing on it, and I go in and I work my magic on it. And so I've done 2 albums for him actually. So
I think there are more artists, or at least a lot of artists, that are doing that these days.
They are.
Kind of do their own kind of raw stuff and then bring it to a guy to kind of clean it up, master it, etc.
Yep.
Cool.
And I can do that stuff too,
All right, so let's talk about what you actually do there. Before we play a song from
You said doo-doo.
do. What you do.
That you do.
So certainly people can record. You'll do mixing as well and mastering.
Yep, I'll master it out.
All right, and I'm sure that if people want to find out about it, they can find you on the web.
Yes, sir. You can just Google search MPF Studios, and I think my Wix site's the first one that pops up.
All right, MPF Studios here in Columbia, Missouri. Easy to find on the web. What's MPF stand for? Can I ask? Can you say it on the air?
Yeah, it
Okay.
stands for Motivating Productive Futures.
Oh, I was thinking mother something.
No.
And I just couldn't figure out what
No.
the P was.
No.
Yeah, okay,
But
I'm just
yeah.
kidding. All right. Well, I'm sorry.
We try to
it's
keep it
It's always good to
clean.
be productive.
Yeah, very cool.
My image
I like
is
it.
very clean, but then you start hanging out with us, and we get to drinking and
goes
cutting
from-
records, man. That's all we do. We're all
Drinking and
musicians.
cutting records. I love it. All right, so and then the process after you have a recording and you've got a master, then you can decide if you're going to make LPs or CDs or
Yep,
whatever, right?
It's up to you how or where you want to release it. I have a company I work with that can put it on like Spotify and Google Play and all that stuff.
Right.
And I've got a friend of mine in Kansas City with Electric Cat Studios
That's a cool name.
who does all my duplications. So if you need CDs made, you don't have to go through CD Baby where you get like 1 million CDs and have to pay it all at once. Like if you need 5 CDs and you need it at the next gig,
He'll work with you on the
He will
numbers.
make
That's
5
nice.
CDs, ship it to the next venue, so you have 5 CDs.
Yeah, now you're talking.
like
Yeah.
he's
There you
a
go.
really good dude, and I send all my business to him.
Very
And
good.
So
All right, what's his name again?
his name is Drew Brasco, out of Kansas City with
All right.
Electric Cat Studios.
It's interesting how you network over time and how you meet the people that actually end up helping you along with your project and you with theirs, etc.
Yeah. We all try to give a little bit when we can, and it all comes back to you.
What do you I used to ask a lot when I had people in the studio with me here, musicians, about the scene itself here in Columbia and what it's like in mid-Missouri playing music and interacting with other musicians and the venues that provide the spaces for y'all to play. We haven't really been able to talk about that much over the last year and a half because there has been very little
There hasn't been
of
many.
it. Do you have any words on the local scene? Did it die, or is it still?
Oh, no.
I mean, are people still networking and communicating? It just was sort of off grid for a while, or what do you see happening out there? Because I know live music is certainly making a comeback. We've got lots of live music happening, and I'm thrilled to see it.
Yeah, my calendar's full of just live sound engineering and stuff like that.
We'll talk about that a little bit too, about what you do. But we'll play a song first. But back to the scene. What do you think is happening?
I think with everybody sitting around in their rooms with nothing to do, with just a pad and a guitar, like I think here, not 2022, but maybe 2023, you're really going to see that stuff starting to open up, and that's where I'm looking forward to, is 2022, to see what these songs are and how they're coming out. Because I mean, nobody has money. And here I open a studio in the middle of it, and so,
right,
you know, like,
that took a little courage.
Yeah, it's but I've kept the lights on, but
hey.
I'm excited to see what comes out of this quarantine music.
I think so too. I think art in general will you're going to see some amazing art. That will have come out of it.
But I think the scene's still there. It definitely needs the support more now than ever.
You hear that, folks out there? Please.
Yeah, just pay the ticket. Stop asking to be on the guest list. Like we need it. We're there to play for you guys.
Don't be cheap.
Yeah, tip. Buy their merch.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we didn't have.
No, the merch really goes a long way for the artist.
Oh, it does.
You know,
man. Yeah, we know that too.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
You might have a poor payout on a show, and then you look at your merch, and you're like, "Well, we almost sold out." Like, so that's a decent day.
Right. All right, let's play one here from a gentleman that has done some recording apparently at your studio there. This is Ryan Voss. Before we do it, tell us a little bit about the Ryan Voss band.
They're more of a country band. They seem to be kind of on the pop side of country, but still has like that rock and roll influence to it.
Are they local, or are they
local-ish? I forget where Ryan is actually from, but it's just less than an hour away. And so, but yeah,
right.
I like Ryan. I actually just talked to him the other day.
And what's
checking in.
What's the nature of their recording? Do they? Oh, you said they're the ones that actually do their own stuff, and they bring it to you.
He records his own stuff and just sends it over to me.
All right, he's got you've got 2 tracks from the Ryan Voss band on Lawless and Prairie Rain. Which one do you want to hear?
Oh, Lawless.
Well, yeah,
Lawless is the one that's a little rockin', you know, it's got that country rock and roll style, and I really like that. It was one of my favorite ones on the album.
All right, let's check it out here. This is Lawless. It's the Ryan Voss band, recorded at JPF Studios. MPF, sorry. I'm like JTMP. I got too many initials going on.
Just start throwing letters in there randomly. That's kind of how it sticks.
Anyway, Ryan Voss, again, recorded MPF Studios here in Columbia. You can check them out. We'll give you more contact information on the studios. If you got projects that you want to work on, you can go check them out with JT maybe sometime in the future.
Hit me up.
Yeah, but in the meantime, let's check this one from the Ryan Voss band. It's called Lawless, and it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 on the dial, KOPN.org.
Well, prison anyway. They'll bury me in desert sand, oh, way down in the bottomland, where the coyotes howl and the buzzards fly. In this land I'm gonna die. Looking for a place to hide. I'm an outlaw and I'm a sinner with too much pride. So I'll saddle up my black horse and I'll ride. I'm black and blue, my color's faded brown. And I despise the time that the king and I traded crowns. Between the borders of the lawless town, between the borders of the lawless town.
Yeah. All right. A rocking song there from the Ryan Voss Band. That was called Lawless, and recorded right here in town at MPF Studios, or at least mixed and mastered there, I guess. Huh?
He's one of my mix and mastering customers.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, do you have any preference on styles and genres of people that come to do work with you, or you'll work with anybody in any kind of?
No, I'll work with anybody and whatever they want to do. I actually just talked with I Eat a Buffet from the Divas by Design drag show, and I'm their sound engineer over at Eastside for that.
Okay.
And she's got a song that she wants to do for one of her performances.
Great,
that's like,
great.
It's got music, and then the music stops, and then it's like a joke. And then the music kicks on, and then it stops. Right. And I just listened to it this morning, and I was like, this is like a really good concept for a drag queen to do a performance to, because they do a lot of lip syncing, big divas, big hair. Yeah,
there's a comedy thing to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so I was listening to it. I was like, this is going to be like a lot of fun. And all she's going to do is just come over and stand in front of a mic and tell a joke to nobody but me, and try to make it feel funny, but she has to do it in a way that she can do a performance to it.
That's crazy.
So it's going to be a little different.
I Eat a Buffet.
I Eat a Buffet is her name.
That's brilliant.
Yep. And I work with the Veronica Versace and all those girls over there, and they're a lot of fun.
Well, shout out to Diana Moxon, who does awesome program on KOPN Friday mornings at 10 o'clock. Speaking of the arts, anyway, she has them on the air now and again. And I used to engineer for her in the studio here, and just some hilarious conversations that went down on that show when we had some of the people from Deja Vu out here. So, yeah, very funny stuff. So anyway, okay, so. So anything, if people want to record right there, they can do it. If they want to send you, or if they want to bring material that's already been recorded, you can help them out with mixing and mastering. Yeah. And
even if they want to do this stuff themselves, and just got questions, like hit me up. I still learn something every day when I'm sitting in that studio. So I even have questions, and I'm on a bunch of groups on Facebook, and so I'll reach out. Like, don't feel like there's anything bad about reaching out. I'm more than happy to help in any way I can.
Yeah, and I'll reiterate, same thing goes here at the radio show. That's why I tell you musicians out there, I almost said you young musicians, but I don't care how old you are or whatever you are. If you have music and you're trying to improve your work, share it with me here at the radio station or somebody, and get some feedback, and you may be surprised at how well received you are.
Right. That's how it moves, man.
Right. That's how it works. So you got to have the courage to get out there and share it with other people. I understand that some stuff you go, I'm not ready for it yet or whatever. But when you're ready, please get a hold of me at the station. Give me share your stuff with me, and we'll figure out a way to get you here on the air. And if you ever want to do recording, you've got a lot of options around town, including MPF Studios here, which sounds like a good one. I think your rates are. I don't like to talk money on the air. In fact, I don't think we're supposed to. But I certainly know it's fair.
I'm very affordable. I pride myself with the DIY community. There's a bunch of us out there trying to do stuff, and we just don't have $600-700 to throw down on a full record. And so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to have that studio for somebody who's on a budget. And if it's, I'll even set up a payment plan with you. If you really need that record out there, let's get it out there, and then we'll talk the details later.
No credit check.
No credit check. Everybody's accepted.
There you go. All right. You said that the Cosmic Riders are working on a new album.
Yep. We've got. I believe it's going to be eight songs.
All right. Pretty much a full album.
Yeah.
Okay. And you'll be playing some of that stuff when you're out and about. Do you have plans for any shows coming up?
We have. Let me get the old Christmas tree calendar out here.
All right.
Let's see. Cosmic Riders' next gig would be at Serenity Valley Winery, just right outside of Millersburg.
Right.
On September 4th.
So that's a week from today or something. Maybe. Is it a Saturday?
Yeah, it's a week from today.
Yeah, a week from today. Cool. All right.
Okay, so that's a week away.
Get out of town.
That's an afternoon show or an evening show? Or
I think that one goes from 4 to 7.
What's it like playing out at the wineries?
Serenity Valley is a really nice winery. It's got this giant pond. All these catfish keep swimming right up to, and all the ducks. I mean, it's great out there.
Nice.
It's a nice pavilion they put us up in, and it's a lot. We have a lot of fun.
And it's out. So obviously it's outdoors.
Yeah.
Cool. I know. Blake Gardner, who's a regular on the program here, but he plays a lot of winery shows, and I'm like, he works hard. That guy's a hard-working dude. He's always out playing somewhere. But anyway, I've always wanted to catch Blake at one of the wineries, and now I have a chance maybe next week to come check you guys out. Yeah. You'll have the full band down there?
Yes, we will. All 4 of us will be out there.
All right, cool. And then a couple other things coming up, you said?
Yeah, and then Cosmic Riders will be at Cooper's Landing on the 5th for Labor Day. And I'm not sure what time we play yet. I think we was just added to that bill. And then there's the Cosmic Riders will be at Gumbo Bottoms on Friday the 10th.
Where's that, like KC?
That's in Jefferson City.
Jeff City, all right.
And then we're at Rose Music Hall on the 17th. And I think that's all the shows for us in that month.
Yeah, following weekend's Roots and Blues, I think. After that.
We've got some Roots and Blues stuff.
Are you doing some? I know you're doing a lot of engineering actually at venues. Where are you doing most of your work these days? You still doing stuff at the dive bar?
I am the booking manager for bands at the dive bar. which I have. I still get emails every day looking for gigs, but I am booked up until November, y'all. Okay, at
Wow.
Dive Bar, I'm solid. I will have a couple pop-up gigs that I'll need somebody for, but there's a line.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a line out the door to play there.
there ought to be. We've spoken about on the air a couple times how kind of out of nowhere the dive bar became a really cool music venue.
Yeah.
I know you had a lot to do with that, JT.
I did. We built that stage out back, and
That was it's killer.
get the bands
COVID
out of the
time
sand.
well spent.
Yeah.
And the pavers where the volleyball.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really.
Yeah, we really turned that back patio around for something that everybody can enjoy.
Absolutely,
and you
well
don't
done.
get sand and everything anymore.
Yeah, no, I really kudos. That's a great job that y'all did out there. So, in fact, we're almost top of the hour, so I'm going to pretend that we are, so we can get that out of the way. You're listening to 89.5 FM KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM Columbia, Missouri. Pleasure to be with you all this afternoon. It's Open Mic Radio. We're on the web once again at kopn.org, and now we can talk a little bit about what's happening around town. You guys, it's good to have you here because there's a bunch of stuff I want to kind of run through, and if you have anything to chime in about, you can do that.
I'll chime in here. That was brilliant legal ID you just gave.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, Matt Weingartner also works with Cumulus Radio, so he's probably like critiquing you like right now.
No, it's proper. It's perfect. Yeah. It was within the 5-minute window.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get a gig that actually pays me, right? All right.
Word to your mom.
All right, tonight at the Blue Note, we got Rocky J's Back to School Bash. I think this is a hip-hop show featuring We on ENT, Two Bricks, Polo Hendrix, AJ and the Bobby Ryle, Baby G X Honcho G, O'Shea, and Pilot Jax. If you're a member of any of those bands, call me right now at 573-443-8255. I'd love to hear what's happening tonight at the Back to School Bash at the Blue Note. The only thing of note at the Note coming up other than that is Thursday. You got Old Crow Medicine Show. Always a fun time. And that's another one of those Summerfest deals where I think they're outside.
Yeah, it should be outside.
Yeah. Okay. At the Rose Music Hall this evening, what do we have? I guess all day.
The,
Pride Fest today. That's been going on all day.
And tomorrow.
Yeah, and is it and tonight? I guess as well.
Yep.
You know, I'm at the website here, and unfortunately, they don't give me a list of musicians that might be performing down there. But I think there's going to be all kinds of things, including.
I'm pretty sure the Mini Colored Death are playing today.
Nice, they can
I
rock.
think they're today.
Yeah.
Because me and Trent was talking, and we both have sound gigs today, and we were talking about that yesterday.
All right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Many Colored Death been jamming around town here for years. Wonderful drummer. I was thinking about Shay on the drums, man. She can kill it.
Yeah, she's great.
Damn.
Fantastic drummer.
All right, so sometime today, I guess, out at Rose. I mean, it started at noon. I just don't know what time these events are happening because they don't give me any details here. But check out what's happening out at Rose this afternoon and this evening. This is a free, family-friendly event. Entertainment, food, vendors, information on community organizations, more stuff like that, and some good music as well. I can be sure of that. Okay, Kyron Penrose tonight at Cooper's Landing. Kyron's a young man, graduated from Hickman maybe a couple years ago, 3 years ago. Really good songwriter. Was with a band called The Adaptation for a short period of time. I think they kind of went their separate ways, but he's a real talented young man. In fact, I'd like to get him back here on the show with us sometime. But anyway, Kyron Penrose tonight at Cooper's Landing, solo show, and he'll impress you. He's really good, and he's got some really good songs and a really unique vocal style. So check out Kyron tonight. If you're listening, Kai, give me a call. I want to figure out when we get you back on the radio program here. And if you're friends of his, tell him that we need to do that again. All right, live music at the Les Bourgeois. They've done a cool thing over the last couple of years with the.
They're one of my subcontracting gigs. I've been out there, and
I thought so.
I've got 2 shows left with them on the 18th and 19th. I forget what the festival is.
There's one. Let's see. So last night they usually do a Friday night show, and it was the Crawdaddies last night. It looks like.
Okay.
So Fried Crawdaddies last night. Joe Dillstrom playing tomorrow. As a matter of fact, they've done some Sunday shows too. Let's see. I think Dillstrom's like a troubadour style, like 60s, 70s sort of guy. Yeah, I'd say sort of Americana storyteller, that type of a type of an artist. Joe Dillstrom tomorrow afternoon at the A-Frame. That's 5 o'clock. Again, tomorrow, Sunday, August 29th. The Dive Bar, we were just talking about that. So JT, once again involved in a great project to turn the Dive Bar into a music venue here in Columbia.
Yeah.
And very successful, I must say. And, they got good food over there. And look, I'm not doing any advertising. I don't get any money for this. And we should, though. We should have, I'd like the Dive Bar to be a sponsor of this show. That would be fantastic,
That'd
actually.
be cool. Yeah.
I should talk to the people over there to see if they want to.
I'll reach out about that.
Yeah, I mean, KOPN's a great place to put a little advertising, Anyway, very cool place. And music tonight, let's see what they say. Let's see if I can find it before you can.
Good luck.
I don't know. I think.
Yeah, I got the Austin Jones Band tonight.
Hey, Austin Jones.
Yeah.
He's been here on the program with me before. Another much improved artist.
Yeah.
The first time I saw Austin, I appreciated what he was doing. This was a few years back.
It's a nice way of saying you suck.
Nah, man. I mean, I didn't. But he is really, him and the band really turned it on. They're super solid now.
Yeah, we've done the Barroom Billies have done a couple shows with them, and they're a lot of fun to watch. I enjoy it.
Yeah, cool. All right, Austin Jones tonight. I don't know if it's with the band or not. He can do a solo thing as well sometimes. So, anyway, tonight at the Dive Bar, Austin Jones, 8 o'clock to 11.
8 to 11.
You said you were doing something at Eastside.
Yes. I'm primarily the sound engineer there. I've been working at Eastside for
years.
12 years now, I think.
Yeah.
It's probably my longest standing job I've ever had in my life. And I love Sal. He's good.
Shout out to Sal and the gang down there.
I love working there. We have a lot of fun. And just recently with, what was it? The club that shut down that had the drag shows.
Social Room?
No, the other one.
Deja Vu?
No, I can't think of it right now. But they had all the drag shows there. And then when they closed, they were searching hard for a place to put it, and reached out to us over there.
Eastside.
And it's been some of our best nights ever.
Really?
It's Divas by Designs, one of their top paying nights.
Nice.
Sold out every time.
Damn.
And we just have a blast.
That's awesome.
But yeah, at Eastside we've got Dream Squeeze and Wayward Souls from 6 to 9 p.m. So that'll be
rock and roll show.
I think so.
Sounds like it. You can judge by the name usually.
Yeah.
The
picture looks like they're going to rock it. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock show. What?
6 to 9 p.m. today.
6 to 9. Okay,
Yeah.
relatively early show tonight at Eastside, right down there on Broadway. Shout out to Sal and the gang over there.
Yeah. Gives you plenty of time to come up to Eastside and have a couple drinks, check out a rock band, and then go run down to Rose and have fun at the Pride Fest.
Yeah, no doubt. And you can just finish up this show, head down to Eastside, and then finish up your night.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Matt, what do you got going other than Billy's stuff?
I do.
You do radio?
Yeah.
At Cumulus?
I do Cumulus. Yeah.
So is that? But Cumulus owns a zillion stations. So
Yeah.
so do you do
Something like
for a specific station, or do you do it just in general?
There's 7 in total, 4 here in Columbia, 3 in Jeff City.
Okay.
Yeah, and we have News Talk. We have BXR, Q106, KPLA.
And what's your role?
I'm kind of like a fireman. I'm pretty much anywhere they need me to be.
But you're an on-the-air personality.
Not on the air.
I see. But an engineer?
Behind doing what you're doing.
Oh, I see.
He's the
Without-
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Making
Okay.
sure it all runs
Yeah.
smooth.
I really enjoy doing that. I don't mind doing it for my own. In fact, I sort of prefer doing it for my own show as well. But I don't mind doing it for another person. I think that's kind of fun.
Oh, no, I loved it. I just kick back, man, and just let them talk.
Well, yeah, and you get to hear cool conversations, and you get to meet
Yeah,
lots of different
yeah.
people and all that stuff. So
I do that. So I'm kind of everywhere filling plugs there, and then do the Missouri Tiger radio network. So I engineer on site for them.
and that's for the sporting events and stuff like that.
Football and basketball.
Football and basketball.
So if
Dude,
you're,
that's got to be a pretty big production.
if you're anywhere in Missouri and you turn on your car radio, put on the football game, the basketball game, I'm the one that's there running the sound from that site. So it's a cool gig.
That is really cool. How long you been doing it?
This is gonna be my 13th year.
Dude.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I've
You're
been
traveling
around.
with the teams.
Yeah.
Nice.
That
You get to
sounds
see
awesome.
the country. There.
I've been around, man.
Nice.
Very cool. Well, all right.
We wrote a song about it.
Yeah,
Did you
the
really?
Barroom Billies. We have a song that Matt wrote. One of the songs that I didn't write is Matt Weingartner's. It's called "Flying Out Again."
I wonder if I can find maybe during when I put another piece of music on, I'll see if I can track that one down.
It's probably somewhere.
Is it online somewhere? I bet you it is.
"Flying Out Again."
Maybe it's on your Spotify or something.
I don't think it's on Spotify. I think we're actually recording that one.
I have it on my phone.
Let me see if I have it on my phone.
We'll just hold it up to the mic.
Yeah. Billies. Nope, I just have the beer song.
You're not going to get it yet, man. You can't have
Yeah,
everything.
you can't have them all. You gotta get
All right. Well, what we're going to do is play another one from the disc that you brought in. JT, we got a few left on there.
Yeah.
I want to play another one. What do you want to do?
Well, there's some Billies songs.
Let's see. We already did 100 Whiskey. We did Look What You've Done. We've got Ain't Feeling Too Well. Coming Home, we started the show off with that one, which is awesome, by the way. That's a very nice new song, and I like the build of it, the engineering or the sound, whatever I want to say is good.
Yeah, it's neat. It's a good song.
Yeah. All right. Is that one? When did you write that one? Is that one you've been working on for a while, or is that one that's been?
No, Coming Home
That's an
was
old
one of the original ones
Yeah.
when I first started writing, or when the Barroom Billies was starting to go all original. Because when I started Barroom Billies, we just
Doing some covers.
it was all covers,
Right.
all throwback country honky tonk covers, and
Well, it's been a while too.
sped up real fast and had a washboard and
Right.
I'm like, it's cool. Then I was like, let's try it.
Yeah.
And so now we're all original. I mean, we have a couple covers we'll play, but
The fun ones that you like, right?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Cool. All right, so we've got Coming Home, but we already heard that one. We've got Off the Rails. I like the name.
That's the one.
Is that the one?
That's the one we all need to hear.
All right, tell me a little bit about that one before we lay it up here.
Off the Rails. Is this
I
your
wrote
song?
this one, yeah.
This is your song.
Now we get this straight, just the
There
lyrics.
we go. We got
Just
a Matt
the
song.
lyrics. Yeah, that's right.
we-
Because Matt would come over with the notebook and scribbles on all these pages. And I'm like, all right, well, let's kind of put these together. And
We would forge.
but Matt is like a rapper. The way he writes, it's very short, rhyming sentences, and so I had to work with that, which I don't. I write very long sentences for a very short amount of time.
So, but you're trying to find appropriate music for that style of writing. is
And
what you're saying.
I forget where the turnaround or the hook came from, but I sat down with Matt and he
One
had
night.
all these words, and so I wrote out.
Took like 2 hours.
Yeah, I wrote out the melody for it, and we had a pretty rocking song. I
Nice.
was like, this thing is awesome. Then we got Heather on there, and I'm like, Heather's just doing big things. So I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna hear it here. This is.
I hope it has everything on it.
Let's. Me
too.
It'll just be like.
I'm so worried about it not being right again. I'm like, oh my god, I'm doing a terrible job.
I'm
as a
hearing like
sound
Matt
engineer.
acapella.
Yeah, it's just Matt's bass line. It's just 5 minutes of Matt playing bass, everybody.
All right, everybody. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN 89.5 on the dial. We're KOPN.org. This is new music that
Unreleased.
This will be a Billy's song eventually.
Yeah, it will be on the new album.
Play dead.
All right, very good. This one is called Off the Rails. Back with you in just a few.
Oh, the sky, it turned blue the first time I saw you. I blew away, it was my lucky day. I could have had you, yeah.
Wow, you guys are all nailing it on that one.
Oh man!
All right, new stuff from the Barroom Billies. We get to hear that when they release this album coming up sometime. You hoping to get that out this year? Still,
I'm just hoping.
I know it's hard, but
It made me feel like I was out riding in the Wild West, being chased by the law.
that's right. It's come
got a
on
good
Cheros.
feel.
Yeah, very cool stuff. All right.
We're real excited. With this album's going to be really good.
Yeah, this album it pretty much sounds, all of it just sounds just like that. It's gonna be great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And then we decided not to add a song, and so we were short a song. So I had to start from the bottom again on a recording, and so we were actually recording one of our songs called "Beer." That's pretty neat too. So,
That one's not on
a little love song to beer. Is pretty much what it is.
I'd play it for y'all, but it's not on the little disc that I got here. It's not.
It's not.
He was smart enough not to leave that one on there.
There's lots of shout outs in that song.
It'll be good.
All right, great stuff, and looking forward to that new record. Tonight, your next show is next weekend. We've got that going on at the Winery.
Yeah.
Next Saturday. Matt, do you ever work with JT at the studio?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right.
You know, just whenever we can. You know, it's more of a thing like we'll write a song or we'll record a song or he'll need my help for something. And
right. I mean, what if he's working with a client?
I have not yet. No, he won't let me over then.
All right.
Well, usually the client will come over and we'll get something down, and then it's like he'll have me either do like bass or I'll add guitar. But when I do drums,
do you have instruments at the? Like people can come there and pick up a bass if they want one that sounds different than the one they got.
I do have a bass over there. I've got one I'm building. There's like 8 guitars.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 3 banjos, mandolin, there's
200,
cello.
There's 200 amplifiers.
There's so many.
Hey, you want to sell a guitar amp?
I actually have.
I need one.
I've got a. What is it? It's a Behringer V something head unit. I've got up on Marketplace.
I need
right
like
now.
I need like a a one-off. It's got a speaker in it and the amp.
Combo.
Like a decent sized one, but I need something because I just mess around with a friend of mine. I need something that I can just carry in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've got a couple small little handhelds.
Maybe we'll chat after the show or later this evening or something. So anyway, okay. So what else? We got a couple more songs. I need to do something here real fast. This is Dismal Niche. You familiar with the guys?
Yeah, I've worked with Dismal Niche a few times, running sound for them at Eastside.
Well, I tell you what, that experimental music festival that they do is something else.
Yeah.
And that's coming up again here pretty soon. Let me read this. On Friday, September 10th, that is, I guess, a week. No, I don't know. Dismal Niche and KOPN present the psychedelic synth trio Bitchin' Bajas live at the Stevens Lake Park Amphitheater here in Columbia. Doors at 7, music at 8 o'clock. This is the final summer concert before Dismal Niche hosts the annual Columbia Experimental Music Festival, which is always in November. Anyway, more information and tickets at dismalniche.com. That's dismalniche.com. Really cool stuff that they're involved with, and honestly, that experimental music festival is one of the coolest things music-wise that's happening in Columbia these days. I think
that sounds amazing.
I saw this dude. I'm not sure if I pronounce it correctly, but I call it Mdu Mokhtar. He's a sub-Saharan guitar player who plays like these traditional African style songs, but he's like Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, absolutely tears this
Shreds
the guitar. It's just remarkable.
Man.
Yeah.
Nice.
So anyway, I don't know what they'll have this year, but I bet it'll be good. So check out Dismal Niche, and they've got a show coming up on the 10th, and then again, keep an eye out for that experimental music festival that's coming up in November. Really cool stuff. So anyway, all right. You guys have got shows tonight. You're working at East Side. What do you got going tonight, Matt? You gonna go out and see some music, or you gonna go down to Pride Fest? What you got going?
I'm gonna, go home to the cat and eat some canned soup and call it a night.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Hey, Kurt, you haven't said much today, but Kurt's a musician himself, and he did some recording back in the day. Probably doesn't do much these days, but
Not in a while.
When you guys were recording with Holy Frog and with some of the other guys that you were running around with, what was recording like? Back then. then? Were you still doing it the same way, using computers and Pro Tools and that
Well,
kind of
back
stuff?
then it was, but when we were recording, everything was kind of just the digital stuff was just starting to be created. So you're kind of incorporating that into a lot of analog stuff. But it was a lot cheaper and more affordable. Or I'll say more affordable for the band to go analog at that time, as people were getting rid of some of their equipment and switching over. So did a lot of things that way. Yeah.
Matt, are you a gear guy? Do you have a lot of?
I dig it. Yeah. I don't have a lot of stuff, but I do like that analog stuff.
Yeah.
That them old tube amps and like Fender Rhodes keyboards and that kind of thing, man.
What's your preferred bass these days?
Boy, how much money would I have?
What about ones that you actually own that you're playing?
I'm playing a Schecter right now that I really like. I've had
Schecter.
it for about 4 years.
It's
4 or
been
5 years.
about 4
Yeah,
years.
yeah,
now,
I'm real happy with it, and we've torn that thing up, man. We've beat it down.
Well, yeah, you play pretty hard.
Well, we pulled all its teeth out, made it fretless, and we've done a bunch of stuff to it, but it's still good, man. I love
right.
it. Yeah, it's
And
just how we like it now.
And what do you play it through typically?
I have a 550 watt, kind of cheap,
Damn.
but it's lower end. It's old tube bass head that weighs about 65 pounds.
Yeah. That's a problem with a lot of equipment.
Yeah. And I saw Brock
heavy.
Johnson last weekend.
I love Brock.
And he was on his way to a gig, and his bass amp, his head was in his tiny little schoolgirl backpack.
It's about the size
Did you
of
hear
a
that,
cigarette
Brock?
pack.
Those are fighting words.
Right? And it was like 2,000 watts or something.
Yeah.
Oh my
Just a
god.
ridiculous little thing. It's
Technology
great.
amazing.
Price
But I'm
sounded
proud.
incredible too, as if it was.
Oh yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
I don't understand it. To me, it's magic. It honestly that. It's magic. It's like how does that happen?
Yeah,
It's aliens, man.
May well be.
it's gotta be alien
Alien magic.
Yeah, it's all
Wow,
I
that's a
can
good
come
name
up
for a
with.
band. Alien Magic.
Alien Magic.
conspiracy.
That's good.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to play one more, and then we'll let
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Get
to.
to
I
your-
gotta get to my gigs.
All right. Let's see. I've got a couple more on the CD that you gave me. Ain't Feeling Too Well.
Ain't
and-
feeling too swell.
Oh, Ain't Too-
by the
that's right.
Cosmic Rider. Yeah, let's
do that one.
That's
and
another
then
one off our new
and
album.
then this one, Rickety Old Bridge, whatever it is, I'm going to play that one on the
Play
way
it.
out at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
that's a good one.
Yeah, if you have your
It's
radios.
more
on,
of
you'll
that
know.
like traditional kind of red dirtish country.
I like it.
It's a song about a bridge.
All right, cool. All right, so we got Cosmic Riders next week, and when
Yeah.
did you say the Billies are playing again?
So the Billies, we are actually leaving on the 1st to go up to Iowa. We're playing at Riverside Casino and Resort
Riverside, Iowa.
in Riverside, Iowa. We're gonna be up there for a couple days, and then we are. Where are we at? We've got Rose Music Hall for the Roots and Blues after party on the 26th.
Nice. That'll be a fun
So
night.
that's
remember
gonna be
that.
it'll
Right?
be a really good
Yeah.
time. And that's kind of it for the moment.
Okay.
I guess we got another gig in Iowa in October. And that's another one at
Not that we don't like Columbia.
yeah. No, we love Columbia. Just we gotta get out.
Everything is just opening up. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to go where you
Gotta
can play
go
right now.
where we can play. And there's
Yeah.
6 of us in the Barroom Billies, so I was,
Yeah,
the $50 shows don't go as far anymore.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah, one of us don't get the $10.
You got the short straw.
Yeah,
Yeah, kidding
No
you did.
kidding, man.
Yeah, so no, we've the Billies actually. We got some actual bigger gigs coming up that we're really excited about.
Yeah, that Roots and Blues show will be a really fun one.
Roots and Blues
gonna be
after
great.
party.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time.
Really,
What's the date?
26.
26th of September.
No, I'm sorry,
Sure.
24 of no, I'm sorry, that's wrong.
Must be-
26th of September.
This man works
My
too hard.
calendar, man, it's all over the place.
All right, and I will say quickly, I mentioned Kyron's playing tonight at Cooper's. Tomorrow is Pat Kay playing by himself, doing a solo gig down there by the river at Cooper's Landing. And Catfish Katie's Noah Earl this
Yeah.
evening from 6 o'clock until 9. Man, you got a lot of choices out there for music
Oh, yeah.
this weekend, folks. So
Go see
take
it.
advantage. Noah is another one of these just Mid-Missouri Gems. Let me tell you, the guy's an absolute pro, and he's a great writer and a great singer and super cool dude.
Music is back.
I'll bet you it is. All right, gentlemen. Matt, awesome to see you.
Bro.
JT, appreciate y'all
man.
coming down, and
good to be back in here.
we'll be in touch. And
It's a pleasure.
let's get the band back together down here.
Let's
and
get the band back together.
I'm going to have to do that.
and
Yeah.
we'll plan it. All right.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Have a great night. Okay.
All right, thanks, Mike.
All right, cool. That's JT. We've got MPF Studios. One more time, the address.
It is 703 West Sexton.
Okay, 703 West Sexton. You can find them on the web real easy. Just look up MPF Studios, Columbia, Missouri. Check out the Barroom Billies. Check out Cosmic Riders, and we'll catch up with you all later.
Yeah,
all right?
thanks, man.
All right, it's Mike, and you're listening to Open Mic Radio on KOPN Columbia. We're going to hear one more from. I guess this is a new one from the Riders.
Cosmic Riders.
And this is new material as well.
Yep.
Okay.
It'll be on the new album.
This will be on the new one?
Very
All right.
cool. All right, once again, Open Mic Radio, and this is the Cosmic Riders.
She says it's alright to feel alone. Sometimes it's alright to sit around and get stoned. But how long do you feel? Try sitting at night. Does your heart break when you try to think twice? But let me tell you, I ain't feeling too swell. No, my life ain't worth a dime. Can't you tell? Cause it's the sweet things that she said stick like a tune inside my head. Takes a woman like you to hold me down, to keep me from roaming from town to town. Let me tell you, I ain't feeling too swell. My life ain't worth a dime. Can't you tell? So let me down, slow and easy. I ain't feeling too good. Be a friend of mine, take it easy. Feeling misunderstood. But let me tell you, I ain't feeling too swell. Can't you tell?
All right, very cool stuff. New music there from the Cosmic Riders. That's not released yet. That'll be coming out on their new record. Hopefully we'll see that sometime soon. Definitely before the end of the year, I think, if you had to ask JT about it. So great conversation. Love to have those guys down here. Great to have them back in the studio. Haven't seen Matt in a long time, and JT as well. So appreciate those gentlemen coming down to visit with us this afternoon on Open Mic Radio. Glad you're listening as well. Hope you're having a good afternoon. Lots going on tonight. If you want to get out there and see some live music, plenty of things to choose from. And yeah,
It's nice to hear from those guys.
Hey, sorry, man.
There's new music coming out. I always like that.
I love that we get to hear it here first.
I know.
I mean, I know that's sort of selfish, but it's also for the listeners of the show. It's like, hey, you're getting to hear stuff that nobody ever heard before, except for the people that actually made the music. So anyway,
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, right?
Well, and apparently Matt was hearing some of his own music for the first time as well. So that's always interesting.
He's a super cool dude and a great bass player. Both those guys really cool. All right. Now, there's a Cosmic Riders that I found here on Spotify. I don't think it's their band. But I feel like playing one anyway just to find out. We'll give it a go. It's probably I'm reserving the right to turn this off quite quickly after I begin it if it's not what I'd like. But anyway, this is the Cosmic Riders. Whether it's our Cosmic Riders or not, I'm not
Now that
really
they've
sure.
left,
We'll know in a
things
minute.
could make a sudden turn.
Yeah, I think we'll know whether it's them or not. Let's see. Here it goes.
More so the pity that she was found dead.
Now, I'll tell you all what's happening here.
I would say that's a no.
That's
but
that's a Marcy Playground song that's playing. It's called "Death of a Cheerleader," and I know it because it's one of my favorite records. And what's happening is that my son is listening to Spotify right now, and he basically kicked me off. So I wanted to play the Cosmic Riders, and he decided that Marcy Playground was a better choice. So I'm going to.
Alex Override.
This is actually a Lucas override.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I won't rain on his parade. Check out Marcy Playground MP3. It's a great record. Okay. Now maybe we'll get. I think that was a sign that we weren't going to listen to the Cosmic Riders song because it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not our Cosmic Riders from here in Columbia because these songs are all 9-10 minutes long, and that's not typical of JT and his music. I can tell you that much. So anyway, MPF Studios one more time here on Sexton in Columbia. Check them out. They're just getting going. If you're looking for a place to record or to do some mixing or mastering of your project, check it out. All right, give them a chance. Okay.
Sounded like quality work, that's for sure.
Those guys are
good
both
tunes, man.
Yeah, he's been around for such a long time, and that, for me, one of the reasons why I like Columbia and this area is because it is small enough that over a period of time, if you're here for 20 years, you will get to know a lot of people, and you will know who's been around and what they've done and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty
Right.
gets pretty personal. And if you've lived here for 20 years and you've still got friends, you must be a decent person probably, or at least you got something going for you. And most of these people, they have been around for a long time and they've been doing really good work, and it's fun to watch them evolve as artists and as musicians, and with JT as an engineer and
Right. See him progress throughout. Yeah.
Super cool. So once again, I will put the call out there for music. If you're a local regional musician and you want to share your music with other people, find a way to get it to me here at KOPN. We're at 915 East Broadway, right downtown Columbia, Missouri. You can find us on the web at kopn.org. And my name is Mike Hagan. So you can send it to me in the mail. You can send a message over the internet there at kopn.org. You can get to me on my own website at mikehagan.com. So there's no excuses. I make it real easy for you. Instagram, Open Mic Radio. And
You can walk down the bottom of the stairs here and shout up through the open door.
Yeah, you can walk right up here. Walk right in. The doors are open. KOPN. K-Open. That's the way I like to think of it. And at least for this program, I like to invite people to come and say hi and, share your music with us. We've had poets come up here and read, off the cuff. So if you're enjoying yourself out there in mid-Missouri and in Columbia this afternoon, think about KOPN, and we're up here blasting out to everybody out there in the area, and we're glad to be doing it. So, all right, 5:30. What do you think, Kurt?
Well,
I want to play this one other one, but I only got time. But it's at the end of the show, so we got to fill up here for another 25 minutes or so.
Well, music's always nice.
What should we talk about? I want to talk about something.
You want to talk?
Well,
talk about music. Let's hear some music.
Okay, let's see.
I like some music.
I'm so.
Do we want to acknowledge Charlie Watts and also
fantastic drummer? The Rolling Stones passed away.
Don Everly.
Yeah. Who, from the Everly Brothers.
Everly Brothers. That was earlier in the week too.
Yeah, a couple of musical greats.
Brilliant musicians. Yes,
absolutely. So certainly tip of the hat to the great drummer for the Rolling Stones and one of the Everly Brothers. Let's see. I'm relatively predictable when I'm picking music, and I don't really have a plan for it because I always play something from Ray Fitzgerald, so I won't disappoint. This is Your Side of the Mountain from Popular Songs for Wholesome Families, Ray Fitzgerald.
Always a good choice.
Oh, yeah. Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
Lover, I have called to your side of the mountain, to your side of the mountain. Lover, I have called to take you from your mother, just take you from your father. Oh no, God, you can come if you wanna. You can come if you wanna. Lover, stick out your tongue. Put something on it, the vision of sun is freedom, it's freedom, it's freedom. Don't need all the wild thrashing, the thrashing from morning. Lover, I have called to open a new way and close every other lover. Hear me say, I split every chasm, I suffer the hanging around, a bird on a wire. Lover, can we undress and shed like the seasons? Finally found rest for freedom, freedom, freedom. Smells like the dust, the floor where we sleep. I buried your compass, you're following me to freedom, to freedom, to freedom.
All right, there's one from Ray Fitzgerald. That one's called Your Side of the Mountain, and one of my favorite records of all time, maybe. Okay, it's Mike, and you listen to Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. Sitting here in the studio with my buddy Kurt. What's up, my brother?
Hello, how are you? Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, always.
Always a pleasure.
Let's see. What else y'all want to hear? The phone lines are open. I haven't heard from anyone. If you want to give me a call, now's the time. 573-443-8255. If you'd like to add something to the program or just say hello, I'd love that. The Sweaters is a band that I'm hoping to get back here in the studio with me sometime soon. And I think I'm going to play, there's a new song that they've released very, very recently. It's called The Massachusetts Teacher's Oath. But before we do that, we'll switch gears and say hello and welcome to Open Mic Radio. Hi, who's this?
Hey, Mike, it's Dave Angle calling. How you doing?
Hey, David, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. Good show today, as always.
Thank you. Great to hear from you.
Very glad to hear the Open Mic is continuing in its strength on the airways. So thanks to KOPN for that, too.
I appreciate it, too. And I think, there have been a lot of changes here at the station. We're trying to get things worked out, and a lot of stuff happened, and I really am not throwing any stones or picking any sides. I just want the best for the station. And for Open Mic Radio, certainly Saturday afternoon, 4 to 6 is an excellent time to do what we do here, and I'm hoping for some real cool things in the future. We might be able to do some live remotes, might be able to do some house concerts here. 2 hours makes a whole lot of difference. So.
It's
yeah,
nice
I think
to have
all of those things would certainly fit with the theme of Open Mic, which is exactly what community radio is about. So thanks for doing the show.
Well, I look forward to you coming down again sometime and spending a little time with us, playing a couple songs maybe.
It's nice
I look forward to that too, absolutely.
Nice having a venue here to promote like local artists and music.
Yeah, for sure.
And speaking of that, we are playing at Cooper's Landing September 4th. So I think it's the day before the Barroom Billies are down there. And that's a big weekend for Cooper's because it also is the Peddlers Jamboree. So the bikes come through there earlier in the day, that Saturday the 4th. And Molly is playing, I think, with the Lacewigs that afternoon when the bikers come through, and then later in the 6 to 9 slot is when we play. And I'm sure folks have been down to Cooper's, but speaking of changes, there were certainly some made there.
Oh man!
Change is hard sometimes, but the changes that Richard made, I think they're blooming right now. And if you go down there on any given night, it's just the magic I think has amplified in terms of all the things that Richard has done. It really brought the presence of that location up a few notches.
I agree with you, Dave. Okay, so first of all, the 4th, that's a week from today, Saturday.
Indeed.
The Dave's down at Cooper's. But yeah, I was down there about, I think it was two and a half weeks ago, something like that. But Deke Dickerson, local rockabilly legend, played a solo show down there at Cooper's. And I had a chance to spend a little time talking with Richard. And I spoke with... you know the guy who Kevin always used to do all the rundown of all the shows with, Pete Bland.
Oh yeah, of course.
From the newspaper, and we were all just kind of chatting about, and Kurt was there as well. In fact, my girl Debbie was with us, and Sarah and Josh Fuller, who are listening in, were there. But anyway, we had just a wonderful time, and
they got a nice stage there now.
They
for
really
the artists, devoted to the artists.
They're moving, certainly, like you say,
good sound too.
Definitely moving
Everywhere.
forward and doing
got
cool stuff
Patrick,
out there. So.
Patrick doing sound through a completely revamped and juiced up system that Dylan designed.
Right.
And it's hard to go wrong with that when you're sitting on the bend of
that sounds great,
a major river in the world, and the sun is setting behind the ridge as you're playing. I mean,
it's a
thing.
Yeah, you're right. It's a remarkable, cool venue. I'd like to see, and this is, I think, out of the hands of at this point, but of course, I think I'd like to see the roads expanded a little bit for more access and maybe some parking. But one thing at a time, and it's certainly cool down there right now. So
yeah, and careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
It's crowded enough.
Right.
It might be just right at the perfect equilibrium.
You might be right.
But I don't want to take up the rest of your show too much. I just want to say thanks, and I appreciate everything you're doing.
Hey, well, I appreciate you, and look forward to some music from the Daves next Saturday down at Cooper's Landing. Hang tough, brother.
Bring it.
Take care.
Yeah.
All right, Dave Angle. Not only is he an awesome Delta blues player, he's also an attorney here in town who does really, really good work with regard to consumer advocacy. And I consider him like our own Ralph Nader. I mean it. He really does a lot for people who need help, and they do really great work at his firm. So, hats off to Dave Angle, and appreciate everything that he does. So, all right, everybody, it's Mike, and you're listening to Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. We got about 15 minutes of the show left. Once again, 573-443-8255 if you want to give us a call. But I was going to play the song, and I still am, the Massachusetts Teacher's Oath. This is new music from the Sweaters, and you're listening to it here. It's Open Mic Radio. Back in a few.
Oh, I can't believe my eyes. an ugly hill. In a White House on the beach, or a lunch club in the hall. She was born to do it all, but it's not something you can teach, much to her relief.
Very nice one there from the Sweaters. That's new music from 2020. No, 2021. Really, just a few weeks ago, actually.
Very dreamy.
Yeah, they're really good.
I like it.
All right, yeah, Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, about to wrap things up again for this week's episode of Open Mic Radio. Been pleasure being with you. Hope you've enjoyed the show. We've had a great time being here.
I have.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
And we will say thanks again to JT.
JT and Matt.
And Matt.
That was very, I don't know. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
I like listening to what all they got going on, listening to the new music.
I like the action happening here in Columbia still. We still got a lot of people involved in the music, and it seems like there's a lot happening.
Involved.
A lot new venues popping up.
And helping to kind of, bring music back, live music back, in even bigger and better than before.
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right, stick around. Rashumba and a reggae party coming up at 6 o'clock. Roots rock reggae music from the best in the business. Rashumba brings you the greatest in rock and reggae roots music. You can check it out tonight from 6 o'clock until 8. Oh, man.
Maybe we get a little Gregory Isaac. I'm always a fan of the Peter Tosh.
Yeah, yep, some Tosh. He always plays me some Toots Mayall. In fact, he starts out the show with Toots.
Yep. There you go.
Or Toots and the Maytals, I should say.
Yep.
But anyway, great stuff all the time coming here at KOPN. Keep it dialed in here for the rest of the evening. You got Rashumba with a reggae party, and Chris showing up at 8 o'clock. Blues on Broadway from 8 to 11. Great music for the next few hours here on KOPN. And hope you enjoyed what you heard here today on Open Mic Radio.
And it's a beautiful day to go out and see some live music.
Yeah.
You see Noah Earl down at Catfish Katie's here in the next, 5-10 minutes?
Yeah, 6 to 9. So you got plenty of time to go catch Noah Earl down there at Catfish Katie's, and there's lots of other things happening around town. Or just keep it right dialed in here to KOPN and check out Reggae Party, and then we got some blues music coming after that with Blues on Broadway, 8 to 11. Rashumba in the house, as a matter of fact. What do you got for the people today, my friend?
Always good stuff, man.
Always good stuff.
All right. We'll turn it over to Rashumba in just a minute here. I will remind you once again, this is Open Mic Radio on KOPN Columbia. I would like to hear your music. If you've got something you'd like to share, please find a way to get it to me. You can do that on the web at kopn.org. You can do it at my website, mikehagan.com. You can find me on Instagram at Open Mic Radio.
Let us know about you.
Yeah, let us know, and we'll check it out and find a way to share your music with other people, because that's what we do on this program, and we have a good time doing it. So, with that, I will say au revoir, Gopher. And
always a pleasure, Mike.
Yeah, pleasure to have Kurt with me today, and you all as well. We'll catch y'all next week. I'm not sure what we're going to do for the show next week. I'll come up with something, and we'll catch you then.
I'll be here.
All right, here we go.
there you go. That was Open Mic Radio.
Rickety old bridge down swinging bridge road. It's bearing rusty steel and molten wood that's old. High above the water, it was built on rocky ground. Men that put it there are no longer around. Well, it's held on for a while. It's watched the water rise. It's held on to what it is, a rickety old bridge. Told us a story, how it watched a man drown. The county came and told us to tear the old bridge down. They say that it's not safe there, they led us to believe. The dangers are lurking, it'll fall just like the leaves. Well, it's held on for a while. It's watched the water rise. It's held on to what it is, a rickety old bridge. Rickety old bridge down swinging bridge road.
It's alright sitting around and get stoned. But how long you feel? Try sitting at night. Cause your heart breaks when you try.